It seems like every day companies are still making aftermarket lights for the 07 to 13 Tundra. Well, Morimoto has also done that with the all-new X3B. That is a third brake light that's actually worth installing on the Tundra. Now there's a couple of bolts that are a little bit more difficult to get this installed, so you want to choose a product that's actually good. I want to show you really quick. This right here, we just installed it. It was a little bit difficult to show on camera. However, the install only took a few minutes. So right away, you'll notice when it is off that it is smoked out. It's got the nice gloss black housing all around the outside, and it does not look anything like your 20-year-old third brake light housing does from the factory. I know you've probably upgraded some of the bulbs. We've shown you some upgrades from these original incandescent bulbs that do make them a little bit brighter and a little bit more modern, but nothing is as modern as a housing like this. Now when you turn your cargo lights on, you'll notice that they're a bright white color, much brighter, much better looking than that original bulb that you had in here, that dingy yellow color. Now on this truck, it doesn't really do me much good because it does have a hard top for the back end. However, you can tell right away it's going to be much brighter than your original lights. Bed lights are often an afterthought, and Morimoto really spent some time to develop the optics of the white light output, so no matter what angle you look at this third brake light, you're going to have usable light output. When you hit the brake lights, that's where it really shines. This has 4 jewel-like optics molded from optical grade red polycarbonate paired with 3-watt LEDs. They create this high-intensity brake light that's easily visible both day and night. It's a separate SKU from HeadlightRevolution.com, but I installed this rapid flash module, and what it does is essentially make it flash a bunch of times and then hold solid. So every time you hit the brakes, it's going to blink rapidly and then hold solid. It's an attention grabber to say the least. So the install wasn't too difficult. The hardest part is going to be reaching up here at the headliner, pulling it down and removing 2 screws. They're going to be very hard to see. When you feel around, you'll be able to see them and remove those 2 10mm nuts. Make your way to the face of your original third brake light. This is where things get a little bit sketchy. You do have to use a pry tool and pry this original third brake light off of your vehicle. The thing is, it does have this really sticky seal, and if it's been on there for 20 years, it's pretty baked on there. So when you're prying around this housing, it is a pain in the butt, but just work your way around and eventually you can pull it free. Unplug that factory connector and remove the third brake light from the truck. Scrape off any excess foam from the truck using a plastic razor blade. I also found it really helpful to use a heat gun or isopropyl alcohol to dissolve all of this glue off the back when you're rolling it off. Just make sure it's really clean for when you install the Morimoto third brake light. There are 2 studs that come with the kit for the X3B. Put those onto the housing before mounting the housing back on the vehicle. If you're going to install the rapid flash module to make it blink rapidly like we have, unclip the wiring from the harness from the back of the third brake light. Plug the female connector into the third brake light, then plug in the X3B brake light harness into male connector of the flashing module. Peel back the wrapper from the double-sided tape on the flasher module and stick and secure the module onto either the backside of the X3B light or inside the light cavity. Turn on the truck and go through all of the modes to ensure proper functionality. If it works properly, push it back in using your factory mounting hardware and tighten down those nuts and you're good to go. If you follow these steps, you too can have an aftermarket housing on the third brake light that's actually worth upgrading to. Now, this is Headlight Revolution. It is our job to find the best in aftermarket lights. We've tested products for your tail lights and your license plate lights, and some headlights, headlight bulbs, fog lights, and even some light bars. So follow our channel, be sure to type in your year, make, and model and see all of the stuff that we've actually tested that's worth installing on your vehicle at HeadlightRevolution.com.